Katrina, and in this video let's go over how to create a website using the new 2014 theme that comes with WordPress version 3.8. So WordPress just released this new theme as well as the new version of their software, and the new theme is absolutely beautiful. So let's take a quick look at the website we'll be creating in this video. So here on the homepage of the website we'll be creating in this video, and as we can see, photographs and images are really the focal point of the home page. So this particular theme, the 2014 theme, is a magazine style theme. So content is the focus throughout the entire website. So if you're looking for a way to showcase your content, or if you're looking for a magazine theme, this could be a really great theme for you to use. So here at the top, you'll have 6 blog posts, 2 rows of 3 blog posts each, where you can showcase specific blog content. This theme also comes with 2 different menu navigation areas. So we'll see right here at the top, there's this horizontal one on the top right-hand corner, and there's also menu navigation items here on the left-hand sidebar. Now, the really cool thing about this menu navigation system is that this particular horizontal area here stays fixed, which is really great because note that as I scroll down the page, I can still easily navigate to other areas within the website simply by clicking on one of these items right here, because it's fixed no matter where I go on the home page or on any page throughout the website. This horizontal bar right here with menu items will always be visible. So it's a really great usability feature that WordPress has built in with this particular fixed menu area right there. Now, just below the 6 blog featured posts, then we have the beginning of the blog content on the home page. And note that the style or design it's just beautiful. I love how WordPress has designed this particular theme. They've really raised the bar in terms of all the themes that they've offered. This particular theme, I think, is by far the best one yet, because note these really large image areas that you can add here for each blog post. Then you have this really modern typography for the title. Then you'll have some details about the blog itself, like the published date, the author, and any comments. And then you'll have the actual blog content. So on the home page, you'll just have one after the other of blog posts kind of scrolling down the page like that. And then on the right-hand side, you'll have this sidebar. So here on the right-hand side in the sidebar, you can feature things like videos, and I'll show you how to do that in this video. You can also feature photos or galleries or even audio content like this. So in this video, I'll show you how to put all of this together. So let's take a quick look at some of the internal pages that we'll also be adding to the website, starting with the About page. So when I click on About, most likely you're going to want to have an About page. Here at the top, note that you'll have a really full width, really large image above your actual page. Then you'll have the page title and the beginning of the page content. Now, the thing I love about this particular design is that it's a really modern kind of design style. So not only do we have the modern typography here, but we also have a lot of white space, which keeps it really clean and keeps the focus on the actual page content. So this is one of the templates that you can add within this particular theme. You have several different templates to choose from. One is a full width template like this with no sidebar. You can also add a sidebar if you'd like, as we saw on the home page. And the other page template to choose from in the 2014 theme is a contributors page. So as mentioned, this is a magazine style theme with a lot of focus on the content. So most likely you're going to, usually when you have a lot of content, you also want to have a lot of different contributors helping to produce the content, and this particular page template gives you a way to feature the different contributors to your website. So I'll show you as well in this video how to set up this contributors page. Next, we have the contact page. Most likely you're going to want to have a way for visitors to easily contact you directly from within the website. So I'll show you how to set up this contact page, this form, so anyone can easily just add their name, their email, short message, and click on submit to send you a message. So these are the main areas of the website. The other thing I want to point out that we will be adding in this video are some social icons here on the left-hand side, so anyone can easily connect with you on the social web, either to Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, or some other social network. And I'll also show you how to add this Facebook like box, so anyone can simply click on the like button and become a fan of your Facebook page if you happen to have a Facebook fan page. So we've looked at the main areas of the website. The last thing is, let's take a look at one of the blog single post pages. So just scrolling down, I'm going to click on this particular blog post right here, and here we come on the actual blog single post page. So on this page, you're going to have a wide featured image at the top, once again, with a sidebar. Then you'll have the blog post title, some details about the blog post, the published date, author, and any comments, and then you'll have the beginning of the blog content. So note that this particular content is a little bit unique for this blog post. I've added a tiled gallery, which I love the layout of this tiled gallery. So I'll also be showing you in this video how to create a tiled gallery like this as well. Underneath the blog content, finally, you'll have some sharing features so you can easily share your blog content to the social web, once again, either to Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, or some other social network. And then there will be this section here where anyone can drop you a comment related to your blog post. So this is where we're headed toward in this video. This is a responsive WordPress theme, which means that it will look amazing both on mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, as well as on desktops and laptops. So as a quick demo of the responsiveness of this particular theme, I'm just going to come to the bottom right-hand side and reduce the window size here. And note as I do so, all of the different elements on the page start responding to the new screen size. So this is really great because these days, more than ever, we're all using our mobile phones to access the web. And so of course you want your website to look beautiful on smaller screen sizes as well as on larger screen sizes like desktops and laptops. So here we see on the smartphone view, the menu is now this icon here, which when I click on this, then we get this drop-down list of different menu items, and meanwhile all the other elements on the page are stacked vertically really nicely. Look at how beautiful these images display on this theme. This theme is absolutely amazing. So thank you WordPress for creating this really cool theme. Here we have all the different blog posts and then the beginning of the sidebar area, which again is just vertically stacked. And then at the bottom we have our footer area with our social icons and our Facebook like button. So this is where we are headed toward in this video. Let's get started. So before we get started, how much is this website going to cost? Well, we need several things. Number one, we need a domain name, and number two, we need web hosting. In this video, I'll be using HostGator.com, and at HostGator you can get both the domain name as well as the web hosting. I'll also be using a special coupon code to get an extra discount off of my order, and that coupon code is WPCoupon25. So if you decide to go with HostGator, please feel free to use the coupon code WPCoupon25 to get an extra amount off of your order as well. I also want to note I do receive a small referral from HostGator when you use this coupon, so thank you in advance for your support and helping me to continue to create these free WordPress training videos. Once you have your domain name and the web hosting, the next thing we'll need is a theme, and as mentioned, we're going to be using the amazing magazine-style responsive WordPress website theme called 2014. It's a free theme that comes when you install WordPress version 3.8. Next, we'll need some time to put the website together, and I'm going to go as fast as I can, but I think it should take roughly around 1 hour, maybe a little more, an hour and a half. So please set aside some time to create the website and go through the video tutorial. So the total to get this website up and running is less than $25, and again, that's using coupon code WPCoupon25. So what are the steps to create this website? Well, step number one is we need to get the domain and the web hosting. Step number two is we need to install WordPress, and step number three is we need to build out the website. So let's head on over to HostGator.com to take care of step number one, which is getting the domain name and the web hosting. So here we are on HostGator.com. To view the web hosting plans, go ahead and click on the button in the middle that says View Web Hosting Plans. And here we'll see there are 3 plans to choose from: the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. If you're just getting your website up and running, most likely the hatchling plan or the baby plan will be a good fit for you. The main difference between these two is that the hatchling plan gives you a way to host only one domain name, whereas the baby plan gives you a way to host as many websites and as many domains as you would like. So those are the main differences between the plans. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to order this one, the baby plan, by clicking on order now. As we see at the top, the first thing we need to do is we need to enter our domain name. So if you already own a domain name, you can click on this button here and add your domain name. Or if you need to register a new domain, you can leave this box checked and you can enter your domain name right here. So I'm just going to add a random domain name for the demo purpose. So I'll just add something in random right here. And of course it's available because it's a very random name. Also note that you can decide whether you want to use .com or any of these other domain extensions. So .com is the most common one, so I'm going to leave it as .com. Then I'm going to scroll down, and the next thing is we need to choose our package type and our billing cycle. So we see here it says baby because I've already chosen the baby package type. The billing cycle here, however, by default is set at 36 months, and I'd like to save a little bit more on the front end of this particular order right now, so I'm going to change this to 1 month just to keep my expenses low. So of course there's many other different cycles that you can choose from, so go ahead and choose the one that works best for you. So I'm going to choose this one, the 1 month one, and then of course coming down here you want to add a username and a security PIN. Scroll down and you want to add all of your different billing information. The next thing I want to point out here down at the bottom is we have the hosting add-ons, and by default HostGator will automatically add a few of these to your order. So you can decide whether or not you want, for example, domain privacy protection, the site lock, or the site backup. So whenever I'm creating a new website domain, I always do choose privacy protection. The reason why privacy protection is important is because without privacy protection, your order details, which include things like your phone number, your email address, and your address, will be included in the domain database so that anyone on the web will be able to find that information as it pertains to your domain name. So things like, once again, your email address, and your phone number that you use to place the order will be available on the web. I prefer keeping that information protected, so I always choose the privacy protection. Of course, it's up to you, so you can decide what works best for you. Here we have the site lock. I'm going to uncheck this, and I'm also going to uncheck the daily backups because I have other ways to secure my site. But of course, if you'd like to choose these, go ahead and add those on. Also, I'm going to note, I'm going to turn this off just for the moment just to show you what the order costs will be with and without the privacy protection. So scrolling down here we have the coupon code, and by default you'll get this standard coupon code, but if you use a different coupon code you can get more off of your order. So the standard one is Snappy, but if you use the coupon code WP Coupon 25, you will get an extra amount off of your order that's better than the standard coupon code. So here we go. I'm just going to click on validate to validate this new coupon code, WP Coupon 25, and then we'll see that I have a lower order amount down below. So as we see here, looking at the order details, we can see that without privacy protection, we're looking at just under $13 to place this order, which includes the domain registration and the first month of web hosting. And then if you want to include the domain privacy for $9.95 a year, I'm going to click on that one, and you'll see that the order goes to about $22 or so, so still it's under $25. So once again, decide which hosting add-ons work best for you. I prefer keeping the privacy protection, so I'm going to leave that checked. And then I'm just going to click on this box here. I have read and agreed to the terms of conditions, and then I'm going to click on Create Account to place the order and create my new web hosting account. So once you click on Create Your Account, you'll get this page which will thank you for your order and will tell you to go check your email for information related to logging into your web hosting account. So I'm going to go check out my email. And here we see on my email account, here's the email from HostGator with my account info. So I'm going to click this email to open it, and I want to point out two things. Number one, the first link that they'll share with you in the email is the billing system link. So if you want to check out any info related to your billing, you can go ahead and click on this link and use the password that they give you. And then right below that, you'll see that there's a link for your control panel with your username and a temporary password. So I'm going to copy this password here, the temporary password, and to log into your control panel, you'll use this link. So this is a really good email to keep in a safe place for future reference because you will be needing this information as well as the link to the control panel to log into your HostGator web hosting account. So I'm going to click on this link here, and then here is my username. You want to type in your username here that was found in the email, and then you want to add your password right here as well. Once you have that set up, you want to click on Login to log into the control panel of your web hosting account. So here we are on the HostGator control panel. The next step that we want to do is step number 2. We want to install WordPress. And thankfully with HostGator, there's a really easy way to install WordPress using their simple wizard script. So I am going to scroll down to where that is located. You want to scroll down to where it says Software and Services, and you want to find this icon that says Quick Install. So this is what we're going to use to install WordPress really easily in HostGator. We're going to use this Quick Install link, so I'm going to click on that. And once I click on that, you'll note that there's all these different kinds of software listed here on the left-hand sidebar. So right at the top, you'll note that it says blog software, and there's a link here for WordPress. This is what we want to install, so I'm going to click on that. And then you'll see this button here that says continue. Note that we will be installing version 3.7 in this video because at the time of this recording, this is the most recent version provided by the quick install script right here in HostGator. Of course, just a few days ago, WordPress did release version 3.8. So once we install WordPress here, version 3.7, when we log into our WordPress website, I'll show you how to upgrade to the new version 3.8 once we install WordPress and we log into our WordPress website. So right now in this video, I will be installing 3.7. If you're watching this video and you do see that 3.8 is available, then by all means go ahead and you want to install that one. So okay, right now I'm just going to click on continue. And here you'll get a panel where you can decide which domain to install WordPress to. So I'm going to add the domain name where I want to install WordPress, and then I'm going to fill out this information below, starting with the admin email. So I'm going to add my admin email right there. Next, you want to give your new website a title, so I'll just call this the name of my domain. And then also you want to add an admin username. Now note that this is an important step for website security. You want to make sure that you do not use an admin that is something like admin, support, or administration. These 3 names, admin, support, and administration, those are the first names that hackers will try when they're attempting to break into your WordPress website. So it's important that you use an admin username that is more unique than admin. So for this instance, I'm just going to add my name right here. You can also add your first name and last name. I'm going to leave that empty, and instead I'm just going to click on Install to install WordPress. Okay, congratulations, your installation is ready. So you can access the installation of your new website by clicking on this link here. And also note that here is the admin area login URL that you'll use in the future to access the login panel. To access your website in the future, you want to make a note of this link here. It's usually your domain name followed by wp-admin. So that's an important link to remember as well, so that going forward you can easily log into your WordPress website. Also make a note of your username and password. This is what you will also need, of course, to log into your website when you click on this link. So I'm just going to highlight this temporary password here and copy it. And then I'm going to click on this link here to log into my new WordPress website. So here we are on the login screen of our WordPress website. To log in, you want to enter your username in the username field and your password in the password field. And then you want to click on this button that says Remember Me, so that the next time you come to WordPress, your username and password will be remembered. In the event that you forget your password in the future, or perhaps even now, you want to click on this link here that says Lost Your Password, and WordPress will send you a password reset to the email that you used when you were creating your WordPress website. So for the moment, here I have my username and password. I'm going to go ahead and click on the login button to log in to the WordPress website. So here we are on the WordPress dashboard. This is the first thing you'll see when you log into your WordPress website. And as we can see, since we just installed WordPress, you'll have this message here that says, "Welcome to WordPress." And there'll be a number of links here to get you started. These are some of the common links that people use when they first install WordPress. So right now, however, I'm just going to click on dismiss to dismiss this welcome message right here. And also note that because we've just installed WordPress 3.7.1 or 3.7, there's another note at the top here that says 3.8 is available. Please update now. So if you're watching this video and you've already updated to WordPress version 3.8, you're ready to go. And if you're on a previous version, then you're going to want to click on the link here to update to WordPress 3.8. So I'm going to click on this link right here to update to WordPress 3.8. Which brings me to the update page where I can click on this button to update automatically to WordPress 3.8. So I'm going to click on this blue button to update now. And once the software has updated, now you'll see this message that says welcome to WordPress 3.8. And we see that now the dashboard looks a lot different than it just did in the previous step. So here we are on the new layout of WordPress 3.8. We can see the dashboard looks a lot different than it did in the previous step. Now the right hand, or I should say the left hand sidebar, has this dark color and the rest of the main page is gray. You can read about all the changes that have been implemented with WordPress 3.8 by just clicking on this tab here, what's new, and kind of scrolling down the page and seeing all the different changes that have been added. The main thing to note about the changes is that WordPress has introduced a new modern design, a responsive design with a modern aesthetic, clean typography, and a refined contrast. And the other thing is that with the dashboard, you can choose which color you would like. So if you don't like this dark kind of sidebar and the gray main page, there's all these different colors that you can choose from, and you can change the colors by simply clicking on this link to visit your profile. You can also change the colors right on the spot by simply clicking on each of these links, and when you do so, you'll note that the colors will change and you can see what it looks like. So there we have the light color, blue, coffee, ectoplasm, which is a purple, midnight, ocean, and sunrise. So again, if you want to change the colors on the spot, just go ahead and click on one of these buttons right here. Otherwise, you can visit your profile by clicking on this link right here. Now, once this welcome page has been closed, the other way that you can change the colors down the road later on is you can just come up to the top right-hand side and click on Edit My Profile to edit your profile. So as I just clicked on that, we can see here is the admin color scheme, and I've selected midnight, so I'm going to be using the midnight colors. So go ahead and change the color if you'd like, otherwise just leave it on the default color, and then when you're ready, go ahead and click on Dashboard to go back to the WordPress dashboard. So here on the dashboard, we can see in the At a Glance box right here that we're using WordPress 3.8 and we're currently running the 2013 theme. So the theme that we want to be using actually is the new 2014 theme. Remember that at HostGator, I had installed version 3.7 of WordPress, and with 3.7 comes the 2013 theme, which looks like this. So I'm going to go up to the top and click on Visit Site to view the site, and this is the 2013 theme. So the theme we want, however, is the new theme, the 2014 theme. So to change that, I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and then I'm going to go to Appearances, hover over Appearances, and click on Themes. Now, if you've already installed version 3.8 at HostGator, then most likely you're already using the 2014 theme, and that's great, you're good to go. If you have 2013 active, as it notes here, however, you want to activate this one instead that says 2014. So I'm just going to click on this button here that says Activate to activate the 2014 theme. Okay, so the new theme has been activated. We can visit the site now by clicking on this link here that says Visit Site. And here we can see when we first install WordPress, this is what the 2014 theme looks like. So you'll have your sidebar that's all black on the left-hand side, and then you'll have this big white space here with a blog post that says Hello World. So we have quite a bit of work to do because, of course, we're headed toward this version of our site. This is the completed website right here. So we've got quite a bit of work to do. So the first thing is, let's go ahead and create some blog posts so we can start adding these featured blog posts in the top section of the website. So going back to our dashboard, I'm just going to go to the top left-hand side and click on Dashboard. Here on the dashboard, to create a new blog post, WordPress gives us a variety of different ways to create a new post. Number one, in the top toolbar, we can hover over plus new and click on Post. Or on the left-hand sidebar, we can click on Post and then click on Add New. And note that when I click on Post right here, now there's this drop-down box, so I can either click on Add New right here to create a new post, or right next to where it says Post here on the Post screen, there's an Add New button as well. So there's a number of different ways to create a new blog post. So I'm just going to click on Add New to add a new blog post. And the first thing that we need to do here on the Add New Post screen is we need to give our post a title. So I'm just going to give my post a title right here. I'll call this Matisse at LACMA, the LA County Museum of Art. So that will be the title of the post. Then here in this white box, this is where you can add the text or image or video content of your post. So I'm just going to post some or paste in some demo text right here, just some demo text right here. And note there's two different tabs. There's a visual tab and a text tab. The visual tab is the what you see is what you get view. This is the view you would use if you do not want to use any code. So the great thing about WordPress is that WordPress will create all the code for you. You don't need to know any code in order to format or style the text on your page. WordPress will do that for you. So for example, here are all of the different icons that we can use to style or format the text. This is very similar to any kind of word processing system, whether you've used Microsoft Word or some other kind of microprocessor. It's also similar to any kind of email formatting that you've used as well. So there's a little icon over here. When I hover over this, note that it will pop up a tooltip that says show or hide the kitchen sink. So these icons are referred to as the kitchen sink, and when I click on this link right here, we get another drop-down row of options to help format our text. So I usually prefer to keep both of these rows open so they're visible, they're easy to see, so I'll just leave those open right here. And note that when I highlight this text, for example, if I want to bold it, I would just click on this B here. Now note also when you hover over each of the icons, you'll get a tooltip that will tell you exactly what it does. So the good news is that you don't need to memorize what all these icons do. Just notice that as I hover over one by one, it'll tell me. So this one is italic, strike through, unordered list, an ordered list, block quotes, align left, align center, align right, and so on. So you can go through all these different icons, hover over them, and see what they do. I'm just going to, for demo purposes, I'm just going to highlight this and click on B to bold this text right here. So note that WordPress has bolded it simply by clicking on the B, and we're in the visual tab. If you want to see the behind the scenes code that WordPress is generating, go ahead and click on the text view here, and now you can see the HTML code, these strong opening tags, and then there's the strong closing tag right here. This is code, again, that you don't need to know. It's just what's happening behind the scenes, and it's really cool that WordPress provides this. So if you want to learn a little bit about HTML, you can kind of toggle back and forth between the visual view and the text view and see what code WordPress is creating. So I prefer to keep it in the visual view, so I'm just going to click on the visual tab right here. And then on the right-hand side down here, we want to choose what kind of post format that we want. So there's all these different kinds of options. I'll be going over these in more detail in some of the next examples. For this particular post, I want this to be a standard post, so I'll just leave it clicked right here on standard. Then we can scroll down and we can give this post a category. So I'm going to create a new category by clicking on this link that says add new category. I'm going to call this the blog category, so I'll just type in blog, and then I'm going to click on this button one more time that says add new category to create the new category. So note that when I click on that, now the blog is categorized in the blog category right here. Okay, cool. So now when we scroll down, we can add some tags if you'd like, and this is really important if you want the post to be displayed in that featured section on the home page. Then we're going to need to create some tags. So I'm going to call this art and design. So I'll just add in art and design, and then I'll click on add, and I'm going to be pulling all the different posts that are in the art and design tag. I'm going to be adding those to my home page, which we'll see in just a moment. So for this post, the tag is art and design, and finally we need to give this a featured image. So I'm going to click on this button here to set the featured image. And then we can see here is my media library, but actually I want to click on upload files to upload a new file from my computer. So then I'm going to click on this button here that says select files. Next in your directory, the next step is you want to choose the image that you want to upload to your WordPress website. So the one that I want is this Matisse image, so I'm just going to highlight that and click on choose, and WordPress will upload the image to my website. On the right hand side, we have some attachment details, and it's always a good idea to include at minimum a title and an alternative text. If you'd like to include a caption and description, you can do so, but the main things that we really need include, once again, the title and the alternative text. So I'm going to add that in right here, and then I'm going to click on this button at the bottom that says set featured image to set the featured image. Also note that the dimensions of this image that I'm using, I'm going to click on it one more time, we see the dimensions that I'm using are 836 pixels wide and 463 pixels tall. So you might want to keep that in mind if you're wondering what dimensions to use for the featured image. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to click on Set Featured Image to set the image, and then I'm going to come up to the top here and I'm going to click on Publish to publish the new blog post. Okay, once the post has been published, we can check it out to see what it looks like by clicking on this View Post link right here. And here we see this is what our blog post looks like. So note that at the moment we do not have the sidebar showing up. I will be adding a sidebar, so we'll do that in just a few steps from now, but at the moment this is what our blog post looks like without a sidebar. Okay, let's add some more blog posts to our website so we can add some more posts to the home page in that featured section. So once again, I'm just going to go up to the top, click on plus new post to create a new post. We can see once again I hovered over plus new and then I clicked on post. Again, if you wanted to create a blog post, you could also come over to the left hand side, hover over post right here and click on add new. So there's a few different ways that you can create a new blog post. So here on the new post screen, the first thing we need to do, as we did in the previous step, is we need to give our new post a title. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just enter a title right here. Then once we have our title, we can add some content in this white box right here. Note that I am in the visual tab, not the text tab. So here in the visual tab, I'm just going to once again paste in some demo content right here, and you can format any of the content you add by using these icons above. On the right hand side, we need to choose the format of the post, and once again this is a standard format, so I'll leave it checked at standard. Then I'm going to scroll down, and as we did in the previous post example, I'm going to categorize this post in the blog post right here, and I'm going to give this a tag of art and design because I want this post to show up on the home page in the featured post section. So I'm just going to add in art and design here. And then I'll click on add. And finally, here at the bottom, we need to choose our featured image. So I'm going to click on set featured image. We can see the images in our media library, but the one I want is actually on my computer. So I'm going to click on upload files, then select files. And here's the image that I want, this Rothko image right here. So I'm just going to highlight that and click on choose. As we did in the previous example, in attachment details, it's always a good idea to include a title and alternative text. So I'll just add that right here. And then I'm going to click on Set Featured Image to set the featured image. Once the image has been set, I'm just going to scroll to the top here and click on Publish to publish the new post. Okay, so the post has been published. To check it out, I can simply click on this link here that says View Post. And there we go. Once again, we have the full width image at the top. Then we have the title and then the actual content. Again, the sidebar is not showing up right now. We'll take care of that in just a few moments. So just as we added these 2 blog posts in the previous examples, I'm going to add 4 more behind the scenes, and then I'll join you after I've created 4 more blog posts to show you how to add them to the home page. So here we are on the home page of the website, and as we can see, I've now added 6 blog posts to my site, and they all show up vertically one by one on the home page. So I have all 6 posts that I need, and then I also have this other post that I really don't need. This is a post called Hello World that comes with your WordPress installation, so we need to remove this. So the next step is we want to add the featured post to the top of the home page right here. So it'll look like this. So in order to take those 6 posts and make them show up like this, we need to go to our dashboard. So here on my website, I'm going to go up to the top and click on Dashboard. Then I'm going to scroll down to where it says Appearance, and there's a link here that says Customize. So I'm going to click on Customize. And here on the Customize screen, you can see there's a What You See view right here on the right. This is actually what the website looks like right now. And on the left-hand side, there's a number of different settings that we can use to configure the site, starting with the site title and the tagline. So when I click on that, we can see right here that I just have the domain name. I'm going to remove the .com and just leave it as my name. So we can see that's displaying in real time right here on the right-hand side. Also, the tagline, I'll leave a tagline, I'll just call it Art and Design. You can add any kind of tagline you'd like, and if you do not want to display a title or a tagline, you can just uncheck this and it will remove the title right here. So I'm just going to leave that checked. Now I'm not noticing the tagline. We will probably see that later on the actual site, so I'll take a look at that a little bit later. But for the moment, I am going to include it right here. Next, we can choose colors. So if you want to change the site title color or the background color, you can do so. Note that the background color may only be visible on wide screens. So this is not a wide screen, so we're just going to keep it as black. But if you wanted to change the site title right here, you can do so by clicking on Select Title, and you can just click whatever color you want. And note that when I do that, the color is changing right here on the right-hand side. So I prefer the default, so I'm going to keep it at the white default color right there, and then I will collapse the colors settings right here. You can also add a background image if you'd like. Again, note the background may only be visible on wide screens. Next, we have navigation. We'll go over that in just a moment. That refers to the menu, so I'll leave that kind of as it is right now. We'll come back to that. The static front page, if you want to create a static front page, you can do so, but this theme is actually a magazine style theme, so it's really designed to have the latest posts being displayed on the homepage. So I'm going to keep it as a default, your latest post. And finally, this is a section that we need, the featured content section, to create those 2 rows of 6 blog posts each. So here we see that the layout, we have 2 options actually for our featured posts. We can either create a slider or a grid. So in the example that I showed you, this particular example right here, the finished site, this is the grid layout, and that's the one that I'm going for. So the tag name that I want to use is the tag name I've used for those blog posts that I created, which is Art and Design. So I'm just going to add Art and Design right here, and then I'm going to click on this button at the top that says Save and Publish. So we actually do not see the grid here on this side view right here, so let's take a look at the actual site. So I'm going to click on Close to close this window. Then I'm going to click on the site by clicking on my name here at the top, and here we can see now I have the 6 blog posts set up, which looks really great. So then we scroll down and now we see that I don't have any blog posts down below though. I simply have this Hello World post. So the next step is I want to remove this post right here and I want to add some posts as well. The first post we're going to add is a video post. So to add the video post and remove this post, we want to go back to the dashboard. So I'm going to go to the top left-hand side and click on Dashboard. Here on the dashboard, to go to the post page, I'm going to click on Post on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and here we can see we have the Hello World post. So I'm going to remove that by simply adding it to the trash by clicking on the trash link. And now that post has been removed to the trash. Okay, so the next thing is we need to add a new post, and I'm going to be adding a video post. So at the top, I'm going to click on this Add New button. You can also go on the left-hand side and click on Add New here, or on the top, you can hover over plus New and click on Post. So I'm just going to click on Add New to add a new post. And this time I'm going to create a video post. So as we did in the previous example, I'm going to start by giving my post a title. So I'll just call this title here. Next, we need to grab the YouTube link that we want to use for the video. So WordPress makes it really easy to add video to your posts and pages. All you need to do is grab the URL. So I'm going to go to my YouTube page right here. This is the video that I want to include in the post. All I have to do is simply highlight the URL at the top and copy it, and then I can go back to my post and I can paste the URL right here in this visual tab right here. So that is how you add a video post. It's really simple. Next, I'm going to add this as a video format. So we can see in the previous examples, we were adding standard format to our post. This time, because it's a video, I'm going to make it a video format post. So I just clicked on the video button right here. Then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to add this to the blog category. You can give this a tag if you'd like. I'll just call this video, and then I'll click on add. And then finally, if you'd like to add a featured image, you can do that as well. So I'm going to click on set featured image, and then I'm going to upload a file, and then click on select files. And here in the file directory, I'm going to choose the file that I want, which is this laptop image. So I'm just going to highlight it and click on choose. As we did with the previous post, it's always a good idea whenever you're adding an image to include a title and an alternative text. So I'm just going to add a title and alternative text right here. And then once I have those in, I'm going to click on Set Featured Image to set the featured image. Okay, now that the featured image has been set, all I need to do is come up to the top here and click on Publish to publish this video post. Once the post has been published, as we did in the previous examples, I'm going to check out the post by clicking on View Post. And here we can see our video post. So at the top, you'll have your featured image, then once again, the page title, and then here we can see the embedded video right here. So when I click on this, then it will begin to play the video. Okay, so the next post I want to add is a tiled gallery post. So what we're going for will look something like this. So we can see here I have another post. This is a gallery post, and here we can see the tiled gallery. So this is what we want to add next. So going back to our dashboard, I'm just going to click on dashboard right here. We're going to need the Jetpack plugin to do this, so just make sure that you have Jetpack installed and activated. So I'm going to click on plugins right here, and here on the plugin screen we can see as I scroll down, here is my Jetpack plugin and it has been activated. If you don't see Jetpack on your plugin screen, then you will need to add it, and you can do so by clicking on Add New and then searching for Jetpack and doing a search by clicking on Search Plugins. And then here it is at the top, Jetpack by WordPress. So you want to make sure that you install it and then you activate it. Once you've installed and activated Jetpack, then you can click on Jetpack on the top left-hand side here. So I'm going to click on Jetpack right here. And the next step is, as it notes, Jetpack supercharges your self-hosted WordPress website with the awesome cloud power of WordPress.com. And there's all these different features that you can add to your site when you have Jetpack installed and connected to your WordPress.com account. So the next step is we need to connect to WordPress.com by clicking on this button. And here we are on WordPress.com. Now the good news is that you can sign up for free on WordPress.com by simply clicking on this button here that says Get Started. If you already have a WordPress.com account, you can sign in with your email and password right here. So I'm going to click on Get Started. And here it notes that you can get started with WordPress.com, but note that we already have a website that we're building, so we do not need a WordPress.com website blog as well. What we really only need is a username. So down here in the bottom right-hand side, it says, if you don't want a blog, you can sign up for just a username. So this is the place that I would recommend clicking. So I'm going to click on this link right here to sign up for just a username. Okay, here you can just fill in your email address, create a username and a password, and then you can click on this button here to sign up for a WordPress.com username. Once you have your username set up, then you want to log into WordPress.com. So here I've logged into WordPress.com, and now it's asking me to connect my Jetpack plugin with my WordPress.com account. So I'm going to do that by authorizing Jetpack and clicking on this button right here. Okay, so welcome to Jetpack 2.7. I've now connected Jetpack with my WordPress.com username, and now all of these features are possible down below. So when I scroll down, we can see you can check out all these different features that you can now add to your WordPress website. So the one that I want is, there's a few of them actually. The first one that I want is this one. I want to use Jetpack comments. So I'm going to activate this by clicking on the activate button. And once that has been activated, the next one that I also want is I want this carousel feature. You can learn more about this by clicking on the learn more button, and it will give you a drop down and it will tell you all about what this feature will do. Mainly, just to cut to the chase, this feature will enable light boxes to pop up on your images throughout your site, which I think is really cool. So I'm going to activate the carousel by clicking on activate. And once the carousel has been activated, there's a few more that we need to choose here. One is the sharing features. So I'm going to click on configure to configure the sharing features. This will enable your visitors to easily share your content to the social web, either to Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, or some other social network. So I'm just going to enable the services by dragging the ones that I want down into this little field right here where it says enabled services. So I want to enable Facebook and also Twitter. I'm also going to enable, let's see, Pinterest. And then I'll just move all the other ones down into this more box right here. So I'll add Reddit and perhaps LinkedIn and also email. So as we can see, here's a live preview down below. So this will be what you will see underneath your blog post. So that looks pretty good. Also, we have this section here where you can set up where you want this to be displayed on your site. I really only want to show these buttons on posts. So I'm just going to click on posts right here, and then I'm going to click on save changes to save the changes. Okay, once the sharing settings have been saved, the next step is to go back to Jetpack because we're not quite done. We're almost done with Jetpack, but there's a few more that I want to add. Let's see, so we've added the carousel and the sharing features. The other thing that I want to add, let's see, where is the tiled galleries? Here it is right here. So it says tiled galleries, and once again you can learn more about it by clicking on learn more, and there's all these different info that you can read about tiled galleries. So as it notes, create elegant magazine style mosaic layouts for your photos without having to use an external graphic editor, which is really awesome. So I'm going to activate this by clicking on activate. And now that tiled galleries have been activated, now we can create our post, and we can create a gallery with a tiled gallery, I should say, in the post. So to create a new post, I'm going to go up to the top here, hover over plus new, and click on post. Next, as we did in the previous examples, I'm going to give my new gallery post a title. So I'm just going to pop in a title right there. And then in this box, instead of adding text content, I'm going to add a gallery. So to do that, I'm just going to place the cursor right here in the white box and click on the Add Media button. Then on the left-hand side here where it says Create Gallery, I'm going to click on Create Gallery. Next, we can choose the images that we'd like from the media library, or we can also upload new images. So I'm going to click on Upload Files to upload some more files to my gallery, and then I'm going to click on Select Files, and then I'm going to choose the files. So I'll choose this one, and this one, and this one, and let's see, that one as well, and then I'll click on Choose. Okay, so we can see some of these are duplicates, so I might want to uncheck them right here from the gallery. I'll just uncheck them, and it looks like this is a duplicate, so I'm just going to click it once, highlight it, we see it's checked, and then I'll click on Delete Permanently because we see I have one right here, so I'm going to click on OK. And let's see, okay, that looks good. So the images that I want, I'm just going to click them one by one. I want this one, actually not that one, this one, and this one. As we can see down here as well, we see that I have 8 images selected, and here are the different thumbnails. So the other thing is, as mentioned, you want to make sure that you have a title and alternative text for each of the images, and when you've selected the images you want for your gallery, go ahead and click on this button on the bottom that says Create a New Gallery. Okay, here on the Edit Gallery screen, you can reorder where you want the images to be displayed. So for example, if I want this one to be at the top, I would just drag it to the top left-hand side and let it go. And you can do that with pretty much all of these images. You can just kind of reorder them the way you want to see them. And then on the right-hand side are the gallery settings. So here you can click on where you want these to link to, either an attachment page, a media file, or none. I'm just going to click on none right now, but you have those other options. Then you can choose how many columns you want, if you want a random order, and the type. So the type that I want is this tiled mosaic here. So I'm going to click on tiled mosaic, and then I'm going to click on Insert Gallery to insert the gallery. Okay, once the gallery has been inserted into this white box, then on the right-hand side where it says Format, we want to choose the gallery format. So I'm just going to click on Gallery right here. Next, we have our blog post or some other category that we can add. So if you want to create a new category, you can do so by clicking on this and adding your new category. I'm going to add this to the blog category, so I'll just click on blog, and then you can use tags if you'd like as well. So I'll just call this photos and then click on add to add my new tag. And finally, you can add a featured image. So I'm going to click on set featured image, and then I'll choose one of the images here from my gallery. So I guess I'll choose this one right here. And then I'm going to click on set featured image to set the featured image. Once the image has been set, I'm going to scroll to the top and click on publish to publish my new tiled gallery post. Okay, once the post has been published, we can check it out by clicking on View Post. Okay, so here we are on the tiled gallery post. We have our featured image at the top, our page title, and here we have our tiled gallery, which looks really cool. The great thing about this tiled gallery is because we activated the carousel feature in Jetpack, when I click on each of these images, it will now pop up into a really cool lightbox display. So you can see your images one by one via the lightbox. Okay, now that we have our tiled gallery post, the next post that I want to create is an image post. So to do that, once again, I'm going to go to the top, hover over plus new, and click on post. Again, the first thing to do is to give your new post a title, so I will add a title in here. Then we can add some content in the white box right here. Next, on the right-hand side where it says Format, this time we're going to add an image. So I'm just going to click on Image right there, and then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to add this to the blog category. I'm just going to call this photo once again. Might want to call it binoculars, since this will be the binoculars building. And then I'll click on Add to add these two tags. And next, I'm going to set the featured image. So I'm going to click on this link here to set the featured image. Next, I'm going to click on Upload Files to upload a new file, and then select Files. And the file that I want here is the binoculars building, so let's see if I can find that right here. So I'm going to select the file and then click on Choose. Next, in attachment details, I'm going to give this image a title and an alternative text. So I'll just pop that in right there, and then I'm going to click on Set Featured Image to set the featured image. Once the image has been set, the next thing is, because this is an image post, an image format post, I also want to add an image in the content area right here. So I'm going to place the cursor in front of the text. Actually, I'll put a carriage return there, and I will just place the cursor right here at the top. Then I'm going to click on Add Media, and this time I want to take an image from my media library, and I want it to be this one once again, the binoculars post. So I'm just going to select that and click on Insert into Post. Now note on the right hand side under attachment details, in addition to the title and alternative text, we also have some attachment display settings. So if you'd like to align it, either no alignment, left, center, or right, you can do so. I'm going to center this, so I'll just click on Center Alignment. You can also decide where you want to link this file. So I don't want to link this anywhere, so I'm just going to click on None. And then finally here you can choose what size of image you'd like, either a thumbnail size, medium size, or full size. I'll just click on full size. We'll see what that one looks like, and then I'm going to click on Insert into Post. Once the image has been inserted into the post, we can click on Publish to publish our image post. Okay, great. So the post has been published. Let's check it out by clicking on View Post. And here we have the featured image at the top, the page title, and here we have the actual image inserted into the post along with some text. Also note here we have our sharing options right here, so anyone can easily share this post to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or some other social network. We have our tags here, and then we have a comment section, so anyone can leave you a comment related to this post. So the last type of post that I want to create right now is an audio post. So once again, we're going to create one more post. We're going to go up to the top, hover over plus new, and click on post. Then I'm just going to give my post a title. I'll just call this audio example. This is just a demo. Then here down in the white visual box right here, this editor box, I'm going to click on Add Media. And then I'm going to click on Upload Files and then select Files. And the file that I need is on my desktop, and here it is right here, this MP3. So I'm just going to highlight that and click on Choose. Once the MP3 file has been uploaded, then you'll see the attachment details on the right-hand side. So you can add a title, caption, and a description if you'd like. Then we can see there's an embed or a link. I actually want to embed this, so I'm just going to leave it as Embed Media Player. Then I'm going to click on Insert into Post. Okay, we can see WordPress has generated some short code here. We can see that right here, so I'll just leave that as it is. And on the right-hand side here where it says Format, I'm going to choose Audio. Next, I'm going to scroll down, add this to my blog category, and I'll just call this Audio right here, and then I will click on Add to add this new tag. And finally, if you'd like to add a featured image, you can set a featured image by clicking on that link and choosing some kind of image. Once again, you can add a title and alternative text, so I'll just add that right here, and then I'll click on Set Featured Image. Okay, great. So once the featured image is set, next we can just click on Publish to publish our audio post. Okay, as we did before, once the post has been published, let's check it out by clicking on View Post. And here we can see we have our featured image, our title, and we have this audio embed right here, which when I click on it, we can see that it plays the audio that I embedded, which is really cool. Okay, great. So the next thing is we need to set up our menu. Note that right now we just have this sample page here in the menu. We want to remove that and we want to create some additional pages. So far we've been creating posts. Now it's time to create some pages and add them to our menu here in the horizontal bar right here at the top as well as in the sidebar. So to create a new page, now I'm going to come up to the top, hover over plus new and click on page. You can also create a new page by coming to the dashboard and going to the left-hand sidebar and clicking on Pages, and then you can see there's an Add New link right here. There's also another link when I click on Pages itself. When I click on this link right here, we can see there's another link at the top here that says Add New. So there's 3 different places in WordPress to create a new page. So I'm going to click on Add New to create a new page, and the first page I'm going to create is an About page. Most likely you're going to want to have an About page about your website. So the first thing I'm going to do on my new page is I'm going to give my new page a title, so I'll just call this About, and then I'm going to add some content here in this visual editor box right here. I also want to add an image, so I'm going to place the cursor right before the text. Actually, I'll do a little carriage return there. Place my cursor right here and click on Add Media. Then I'm going to choose an image from my computer, so I'll just click on Upload Files, select Files, and then I'm going to click on Images and find the image that I want, and here it is right here, this pic 2, this profile pic, and then I'll click on Choose. Here in Attachment Details, we can add a title and an alternative text. And then scrolling down, we have some attachment display settings. So I'm going to align this in the center. I'm going to link it to nothing. So I'm just going to click on None. And then I'm going to use the full size version here for the size. Next, I'm going to click on Insert into Page. Okay, great. So now on the right-hand side, we can choose our page attributes. Note that there's a number of different templates here. We have the default template, the contributor page, or the full width page. So for the About page, I actually do not want a sidebar on this particular page, so I'm going to choose full width page. I'll show you what the sidebar looks like in just a moment. This one will be a full width page. Next, I am going to click on featured image because I want to set a featured image. And from the media library, I think I will choose this laptop once again, and then I'll click on Set Featured Image. And once the image has been set, then I can scroll to the top here and I can click on Publish to publish my new page. Once the About page has been published, we can check it out by clicking on View Page. And here we see the featured image, the About page title, the image itself, and then the content of the About page. Also note that I have a comment form here. I usually prefer not to have any comments on my pages. I prefer to keep the comments going on my blog. So to remove this right here, I'm just going to click on Edit to edit this page. Right here, there's a link that says Edit, or at the top here in the toolbar, it also says Edit Page. So I'm going to click on Edit Page, and then I'm going to scroll down, and it looks like the discussion section is not showing up. So in order to display that right here and set those settings, we need to come to the top where it says Screen Options, click on Screen Options, and then here where it says Discussion, we want to click on Discussion. This will display the settings for discussion below the post. So now that we've clicked on discussion, I can close this box by once again clicking on Screen Options, and we see it collapses. Now when I scroll down, we have some discussion settings, and I'm going to uncheck these two boxes to turn the comments off. Once we have that set, then once again I'm going to come up to the top here and click on Update to update my page. Once the page has been updated, we can double check it by clicking on View Page. And here we see the About page. So we have once again the featured image, we have the About page title, and now when we scroll down there are no comments showing, which is exactly how I want it for the About page. Also note that here in the top menu area, the About page is now displayed right here. So we have a few more pages to add to our site. One is a contributors page and the other one is a contact page. So next let's create the contact page. Once again, I'm going to come to the top, hover over plus new, and click on Page. And here where it says Add New Page, I'm going to add Contact here to add a contact form to my website. Then here in the white box, you just want to place the cursor and you want to click on this button here that says Add Contact Form. Here the form builder will automatically give you what your form will look like, and if everything looks good to you, just come down here to the bottom and click on Add this form to my post. When you click on that button, WordPress will automatically create the short code with all the contact form included right here. Next, on the right-hand side, we can choose which kind of template we'd like. This time I am going to use the default template. This is a template that will include a sidebar. So I'm going to add that. I'm also going to remove comments. So here where it says discussion, I'm going to turn off the comments right here. I'll also turn off the sharing buttons on this particular contact page. And I am going to add a featured image. So I'm going to click on Set Featured Image. And then I'm going to choose this image right here. I'll choose this art from the LA County Museum of Art. We can give this a title if you'd like. So I'll just call this LACMA for the LA County Museum of Art. And then I'm going to click on Set Featured Image to set the featured image. Once the image has been set, once again, come up to the top and click on Publish to publish your new contact page. Okay, once the page has been created, we can check it out by clicking on View Page. And here we are in our contact page. So at the top we have our featured image, we have the contact page title, and then we have the contact form. Also note that the sidebar is not showing up because we have not yet added our widgets. We'll do that in just a moment. Before we do that though, I want to add one more page, which is the contributors page. So to create a contributors page, I'm going to come up to the top here and hover over plus new and click on Page. Then here for the page title, I'll just call this Contributors. And this will be a page where all of the different contributors who are submitting or adding, contributing page content to the website, they will all be listed on this page. So once we have the page title, then we'll just leave everything blank here. On the right-hand side where it says Page Attributes, we need to select the Contributors Page Template. So I'm just going to click on Default Template here, and then we see there's this link here that says Contributor Page, so that is the one that we want. So I'm going to select that. Then I'm going to scroll down. You can add a featured image if you'd like. I'm not going to do that this time. And I am going to turn off the comments and discussion on this page. I'm also going to turn off these sharing buttons. So once you have your contributors page set up, then come to the top here and click on Publish to publish your new page. Once a page has been published, we can check it out by clicking on View Page. And here we see our contributors page. Now at the moment, I only have just me. I'm just one person here as a contributor, but as you add new users to your website and as you add new contributors to your site who are authoring posts on your site, then each one of them will show up on this page. So, okay, now we see we have some items here in our top menu navigation area, but we need to really set this up and we need to remove the sample page. The next step is we also need to set up the sidebar area right here. So to do that, first let's take care of the menu by going up to the top left-hand side. We can hover over the site name and go directly to the menus page, or we can click on Dashboard. And then here on the dashboard, we can go down to Appearance, hover over Appearance, and click on Menus. Here on the Menus page, the first step is we need to create a new menu. So here where it says Menu Name, I'm just going to add Menu right here, and then I'm going to click on Create Menu. Next, here in the menu, we need to add some pages to our menu. So I'm going to add the contributors page, the contact page, and the about page, these 3 pages right here. Then I'm going to click on Add to Menu. Now, in order to reorder these, because I do want the about page to come first, I'm just going to drag this to the top right here so that that's in order. And the other item I want to add is a home page icon. So that would be requiring a link. So I'm just going to click on this one right here. I'm going to add the URL of my website right here, and then I'm going to click on Home, or I should say I'm going to give this a title called Home. And once I have that set, I'm going to click on Add to Menu. Once a home button has been added here, once again I'm going to drag it to the top, and then I'm going to click on Save Menu to save my menu. The next step is, here is the menu locations, so we need to click on this Manage Locations tab right here. And here we note that the 2014 theme supports 2 menus, a top primary menu and a secondary menu in the left sidebar. So we can set the location for the top primary menu, that's the one that shows up in the top right-hand side horizontally, the horizontal row. So I'm going to click on Menu right here. If you'd like to create 2 separate menus, you can do so by creating a new menu and then setting the second menu right here for the sidebar. I'm actually going to use the same menu for both the top right-hand horizontal row as well as for the left-hand sidebar. So to use the same menu, I'm just going to click on it 2 times to set it in 2 different locations. Then I'm going to click on Save Changes to save my changes. So let's take a look at the website now that the menu has been set. I'm going to go up to the top and click on Visit Site. And now we see this menu items. They're showing up here in the horizontal row right here on the top right-hand side, as well as on the left-hand sidebar. So the next step is we need to configure the widgets on the website. So to do that, we can go hover over the site name and go directly to the widgets page, or we can click on Dashboard, then go down to Appearance, hover over Appearance, and click on Widgets. By default, when you install WordPress, it comes with a number of different widgets already in the primary sidebar. The 2014 theme has 3 different sidebars, a primary sidebar, a content sidebar, and a footer widget area. So here in the primary sidebar, I want to remove all of the default widgets that are included in the primary sidebar. I'm going to remove all of them by just dragging them over. You can also open them up by clicking on the caret here, and then you can click on the delete link to delete the widget from the sidebar area. Now in the primary sidebar area, which as it notes, that's the main sidebar that appears on the left, I want to include the search box, which is right here. I'll leave that one there. Then I also want to add this Facebook like box. So here it notes this is the Facebook like box, display a Facebook like box to connect visitors to your Facebook page. So I'm just going to drag that up to this primary sidebar and pop it in there. You can give it a title. And then here you want to add your Facebook page URL. Now I'm not going to add my own Facebook page, I'm just going to add Pandora, so I'll just put Pandora there for the moment. So Facebook page is the Pandora URL right there. You can set the dimensions. I'm going to use 200 width. I'm going to keep it really small, so I'm just going to make the height say 110.
And because this is a dark color scheme theme, I want to keep the box consistent with that so it kind of blends in. So I'm going to choose the dark color scheme for the like box. I do not want to show faces or a border, so I'm going to uncheck those. You can decide how you want to set these up. And then I'm going to click on Save to save my Facebook box settings. Okay, once the settings have been saved, then I'm just going to close this, collapse that box right there. And the next one to set up is the content sidebar. So I'm going to click on this little caret here, and as it notes, this is the additional sidebar that appears on the right. This is the sidebar that will be showing on your blog posts and on the home page. So the one that I want, there's a special widget here for the 2014 theme. It's down at the bottom here. It says, as it notes, use this widget to list your recent quotes, videos, audio, image, gallery, or link posts. So this is the one that I want. I'm just going to drag this up to the content sidebar and drop it in there. And here we can see we can choose the number of posts to show right here, as well as the post format to show. There's a whole bunch of different options here. I'm going to choose the video one first, so I'll just put video. For the title, I'll just call it video, and then I'll click on save. Next, I'm just going to collapse this by just clicking on that caret one more time to reduce the size. And again, I'm going to go back down and I'm going to grab the same widget because I want to also add galleries, images, and audio. So I'll put this right below the video one. This one is going to be the gallery, so I'll add the gallery there. The post format, of course, needs to be gallery, so I'll add that there, and then I'll click on save. And then close it once again. I'm going to do this 2 more times because now I want to add an image as well as audio. So I'm just going to drag this here. This time this one will be images. I'm going to click on the post format of images and then click on save and then close the box one more time. And the last one that I want to add is the audio post, So I'm just going to grab the 2014 widget one more time, drag it to the content sidebar right here, and then I'm going to call this audio, since this will be my audio post format post. So I'll just choose audio there, and then finally I'll click on save. Lastly, we have the footer widget area. I'm not going to include anything in the footer widget area, but as you saw, that you would do the same thing that we did with the primary sidebar and the content sidebar. You would just drag one of the widgets that you'd like to have displayed in the footer widget area. You would drag them over into this section right here. Okay, so now let's take a look at our website. I'm going to go up to the top and click on Visit Site. And now when I scroll down, note that now the sidebar is showing up right here, which is really great. We've got the video posts right here, then we've got the gallery post, the image post, and then we have the audio post. Also, when we go to our contact page now as well, note that we also have the sidebar on the right-hand side. So it looks like we're good to go. The only last thing is that we do have these sharing features right here. And so this would be just optional. If you want to have these included on your sidebar, you can do so. I'm personally not really a huge fan of having them here because we need to add that. We need to add the social network icons on the left-hand side. So the first thing that I want to do is for all the different content that's displayed in the right sidebar, I'm actually going to turn off the sharing features for these particular types of content. Just as a side note, I have submitted a question to the WordPress forum asking how to turn off the sharing features in the widget and keep them, however, on the actual post. So it is possible between the time of this video recording and when you're actually watching this video and adding your widgets, it's possible that WordPress may make some changes to this particular thing. I'm not sure. I'll drop the link to this particular question thread asking about this if you're interested, so you can check out what the answer or reply was related to how to turn off Jetpack sharing in the widget area but keep it on the post. So for the moment though, right at the time of this recording, the only option really to remove these sharing features here in the sidebar is to remove it both from the post as well as the sidebar. So that's what I'm going to do right here as a quick demo. I'm just going to click on this link right here to go directly to this video post page. Then I'm going to scroll down and we can see here's the sharing features here, which I really love. I'm just not really a huge fan of them also showing up in the widget area. So once again, this may be resolved by WordPress, and I will leave the link to the forum so you can see what the outcome is of my question, but for the moment I'm going to actually remove it from both locations. So I'm just going to click on edit here to edit this particular video post. Then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and here where it says show sharing buttons, I'm going to uncheck that to not show them, and then I'm going to come up to the right hand side and click on update. Now that the post has been updated, when we click on view post, now we'll see that those sharing icons are no longer on the right hand sidebar, which is great. However, they're also not here on the post either, which is not so great. But hopefully WordPress will help to resolve that. And in the meantime, now you know how to turn the sharing off or to turn it on. So that's good. Good to know both ways to display the sharing features. So the next step is I want to add some social sharing icons to the left-hand sidebar right here. And we're going to be using a really cool plugin called Simple Social Icons. So I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to click on Dashboard. Then I'm going to scroll down to Plugins, and then I'm going to click on Add New to add a new plugin. And this one is called Simple Social Icons. Then I'm going to click on Search Plugins, and here it is at the top. You can read more about it by clicking on Details, or you can simply click on Install to install now. I'm going to click on Install. Are you sure you want to install this? Yes, okay. And once a plugin has been successfully installed, go ahead and click on Activate Plugin to activate the plugin. Okay, the plugin has been activated. The next step is we need to scroll down to our widgets, hover over Appearance, and click on Widgets. Here, where it says, let's see, the primary sidebar is the main sidebar on the left. Okay, that's the one that we want. So I'm just going to scroll down here and find the Simple Social Icons widget and drag it up to the primary sidebar. I'm going to add it in between the search box and the Facebook like box, and here we can give it a title. Next, you can give it a special color. If you want to add a background color, you can change the color and the hover color right here. I'll just leave it as it is right now. Then you can add the URLs of all the different social networks that you want to display in the left-hand sidebar. So I'll add Pinterest down here below. And I'll also add Twitter and YouTube. Okay, once you have the different URLs added for the social networks that you'd like to display, go ahead and click on Save to save your settings. Now we can check out the website by going up to the top and clicking on Visit Site. And here we see the social network icons showing up on the left-hand side. Now note that they're in gray, and the other colors here on the website are predominantly white, black, and green. So it would be much better to have these icons be green. So to change the color on these icons to green, the first step is we need to find out what the color code is of the green that's being used right now within the 2014 theme. So I'm on a Google Chrome browser, and in Google Chrome, there's a really cool tool called the Developers tool that will help you to see what the code is on the website. So to find that, I'm just going to go up to the top right hand side here. There's these 3 different lines, and when I click on that, note that I get this drop down box here. So I'm just going to go to Tools, and then when I click on Tools, then when I have another little drop down box here and it says Developer Tools. So I'm going to click on Developer Tools right here. And here we see all the code that's creating the website that we're looking at on the 2014 theme. So our task now is we need to find out what this green code is right here. So to find the green code, I'm just going to drill down this code, drill down the pages of each of these different code lines by just clicking on these little carrots here. And you can see when I hover over each one of them, different sections on the home page here highlight. So that gives you a good clue of what we are looking at in terms of the code. So for example, when I hover over the header here, we see that I'm highlighting the top header section. So that's not the part that I need. I really need this sidebar section right here. So as I hover one by one, it looks like it's in this div main section here. And let's see, it's in the secondary section. And it looks like I found it right here, the nav line right here. So here we have the different menu items. The first one here is Home, and note when I click on this one, it's highlighted right up here at the top when I hover over this line, and we also see here is the green code on the right hand side. So this is the code we need. I'm just going to copy it highlight it and copy it, and then I'm going to close this box and go back to the widget area by clicking on widgets, and then I'm going to go to the simple social icons box, open it up, and then I'm going to scroll down here to where it says background color. I'm going to paste in that code that I just copied in the previous step. I'm going to add it to the background color and the background hover color, and then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and click on save to save my changes. So now that those colors have been saved, when I go to the home page by clicking on the home page, now we see that the icons are now green, which is exactly how I want them to be. So the next thing is, when we go back to the contributors page, I had noticed that there's no image here. So in order to correct that, you need to actually add an image on the user file. So to do that, I'm going to go up to the top, click on dashboard, then you can go down to users, and then I'm going to click on edit to edit this user. And then as I scroll down, here in the contact info section on my profile, we see an email address. Now, the email address is what determines what the image is in the profile pic. So whatever image is associated with this email is the one that's going to be displayed. And in order to set that part up, you need to go to a site called gravatar.com. This is also a WordPress site, and you need to actually create a globally recognized avatar. This is your profile pic. This is a free program that you can sign up for here, free account. So all you need to really do is just sign in here and upload an image to gravatar.com, and then the same email that you're using on gravatar.com, you want to come back to your profile page right here in your WordPress area right here, and you want to add that email right here. And when you do that and you save your profile, then an image will show up on the contributors page. So that's how that works. This is associated and connected with gravatar.com. So here we are back on the home page of the website that we've been building in this video. And if you've been following along, then most likely your website should look something like this. You'll have 6 featured posts here at the top. You should have your menu items here on the top horizontal row, as well as on the left-hand sidebar. Then you should have your social icons here also on the left-hand sidebar, so anyone can easily connect with you to the social web, whether to Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, or some other social network. Then you'll have your Facebook like box here, so anyone can easily sign up for your Facebook page and like your Facebook page. Then, because this is a magazine style theme, there's a lot of focus on content and images and photos. So you should have your photos just under the top section right here, which begins your blog content. So you'll have some images, then the actual title of your post with this beautiful modern typography, and then you'll have the actual blog content itself. So each of these posts will be stacked one on top of the other down the home page. On the right hand side, you should have your sidebar with, in this case, we've been adding video content to the sidebar, some gallery content, we have some images, and we also have added some audio content. So this is what our website looks like. We've used the beautiful 2014 theme that comes with WordPress 3.8. This is a responsive WordPress website theme, so this theme is going to look amazing on any kind of mobile device like smartphones and tablets, as well as on laptops and desktops. So once again, as a finale, a quick demo of the finale of the website, when I reduce the screen size, note that all the elements on the page are now stacking up vertically one by one. This is the smartphone view that we can expect, and it's just absolutely beautiful. We have our menu item right here. When I click on these 3 lines, then the menu drops down really, really nicely. Such a great design, and all the images are stacked one by one on top of the other. So this is just a great website. I love the new design that WordPress just came out. They've really raised the bar. So thank you, WordPress, for providing this beautiful free WordPress website theme with the WordPress 3.8 software. Thanks so much everyone for joining. Also, I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, feel free to leave a comment below, like the video, or share the video. I will be coming out with more videos related to WordPress and how to build your business on the web. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. One more thing before I sign off, I just want to mention that I've begun pinning things on Pinterest. So if you are on Pinterest, feel free to connect with me here. Here I'll be pinning things related to WordPress, themes that I love, quotes that inspire me, and much more. Also, if you're on Twitter, feel free to connect with me at 77Web Studio. Last but not least, all the conversation continues on my website at 77webstudio.com, so feel free to head on over to my website to continue the conversation. Until next time, I hope you have a great week and continue learning new skills that help you to build your business on the web.